Kia ora, my name's Shelby and today we are doing a story on Bernie Cornfeld. So Turkish-born Bernard Cornfeld did not look like a con man, but he was. He did not look like a ladies' man, but he was that too. A remarkably successful one at that. One lover was the future Madame to the Stars, Heidi Fleiss, even though he was almost 40 years her senior. Other paramours included Victoria Principal and Alana Hamilton Stewart. Cornfeld started the Investors Overseas Service, IOS, an insurance and investment fund which at the time controlled more than £1 billion in stocks and shares. In Paris, 1956, and then registered it in Panama. iOS salesmen, 10,000 of them, were encouraged to outdo each other and were paid handsomely for their efforts. High-earning salesmen would be rewarded with stays on top hotels in luxury resorts, and the highest earning would be taken to Cornfeld's homes in Geneva, the French Riviera, and Beverly Hills, where they could see how the boss lived. With his bevy of 20 bathing beauties and his stable of racehorses, Cornfeld's skill in moving iOS to Geneva in 1958 meant that by using Switzerland's secretive banking laws, he could circumvent laws in America and the UK designed to control investors in foreign companies. American GIs based in Paris, charmed by his slogan, quote, "Do you sincerely want to be rich?" close quote, where Cornfeld's first clients soon Cornfeld's stake in iOS was worth £100 million. But like all pyramid schemes, paying the commissions of the top people meant that those lower down the system had to work doubly hard to fund new clients. iOS lasted 5 years before it imploded amid claims that assets had been mismanaged and that much of the wealth existed only on paper. A meeting of shareholders on the 9th of May 1970 ended with Cornfeld's nickname, quote, "the Midas of mutual funds," close quote, being replaced as chairman and his shares dwindling in value to just £4 million. On 1st of July, he was voted off the board. The Swiss authorities began a fraud investigation into iOS, and Cornfeld was arrested on 14th of May 1973 in Geneva and accused of defrauding iOS investors. He was released on bail on 5th of April 1974. His replacement as head of iOS was an American called Robert Lee Vesco, but just when it seemed he had rescued much of the company's money, he disappeared in 1972 in April. Bit of the aftermath. So Robert Vesco fled from country to country, always keeping one step ahead of the authorities until he was jailed in Cuba. He died on 23rd of November 2007 of lung cancer in hospital at Havana. Bernie Cornfeld was found guilty of fraud in California in June 1978. He had been using a device to bypass paying for long-distance telephone calls and was sentenced to 90 days imprisonment. However, a year later, Cornfeld went on trial in Geneva on 24th of September 1979, accused of persuading iOS employees to buy stock in the company, even though he knew it was on the verge of collapse. He was acquitted on 15th of October 1979 after a Swiss jury deliberated for 15 minutes. He died of a cerebral aneurysm on 27th of February 1995 at London's Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. Far out. I want to know why Robert had ran away. But anyway, that was Bernie Cornfeld, and I hope you enjoyed that story. Please stay safe and please subscribe. Thank you.